Hello and welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. We've got
John.
And I am Ken. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
We've got some New England in the house. We are doing some Vermont and Massachusetts beers. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Tonight, we have Lawson's finest liquids.
Oh, some Lawson's Scrag Mountain Pils.
We're going with a pilsner.
Which, if you haven't guessed already, is a Pilsner. Yes, exactly.
Not pills like we're trying to
Yes.
off ourselves. But
And it's coming at 4.8%. Lawson's finest liquids. Awesome. It should be called Awesome Lawson's.
I was going to say, your take on Lawson. So you really like Lawson's then, huh?
I love Lawson's.
Lawson's to me is like hit or miss. Like, I don't know.
I always like Lawson's, man. I think Sip of Sunshine is really what got them on the map, man. I think that's really what did it for
See,
them.
I'm not a big fan of Sip of Sunshine.
Really?
But they have a couple other things that I'm like, ooh, I like this.
I think you need to have Sip of Sunshine again. When was the last time you had it?
Probably a while ago.
Yeah, have it again. Have it again. It's a good, nice,
I'm walking on
delicious, tasty
sunshine.
beer.
Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine.
And Johnny feels good.
Whoa, and it's time to feel good. That reminds me of Look Who's Talking.
Yes, it does.
4.8%. You said that already?
Yep, 4.8.
All right, 4.8. Let's try it.
Let's give it a try. All right, cheers, buddy. Cheers.
Ooh, all right. I like that.
Yeah, man. It's a crushable pills, man.
There's nothing to it. It's like a great, like, just...
When he says there's nothing to it, it means
no.
there's nothing
Right.
bad to it.
Right. When I mean there's nothing to it, I mean, like, I can devour about 12 of these.
Yes.
I could put these by the pool, on the beach.
It's got the right flavor.
Yeah.
It's got that right. It's just crushable. And it sounds like such a freaking loser every time I say that, but crushable. It's crushable.
That's what it is. And that's what I mean when I say there's nothing to it. When I mean there's nothing to it, I mean this is easy drinking is what I mean.
Yes. But it's fantastic. It's a very good beer. And you can get these probably, at least by us, they're easier to find than maybe some other beers like the Treehouse we're going to be having later.
Treehouse. Woo.
Yes. Awesome beer. But like John said, there's not much we can say other than it's great.
Yeah. And Lawson's is something you can usually find on tap at your local pubs and brew houses.
Yeah, you can.
Usually people always have like a Lawson's,
Yeah,
right?
you do not have to be in New England or in Vermont or wherever you want to call it to be enjoying a nice.
Yeah, even your
Lawson's.
liquor stores, you always see a Lawson's.
But, Johnny, this one in particular, the Scrag Mountain Pils, I don't know if you would be able to find that as much maybe at these bars.
Did you go to Scrag Mountain for that one?
I don't even know where Scrag Mountain is.
I don't want to know where Scrag Mountain
It
is.
sounds a little scraggly to me.
I don't know what the girls look like at Scrag Mountain. The women.
Like Hag Mountain. But anyway, good stuff, guys. Lawson's, thanks. I mean, for us not to say much on it is a great thing sometimes because we can be a little critical at times with things, and this is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Pretty good. Hey, I'm watching a new show on Netflix. Well, it's not new, but have you watched The Black Mirror?
No, but my boss at work keeps talking about that show. She wants everyone to watch it. I watched one episode of it in my life.
Which one?
The first one. It
First one?
was like pig fucker or something like that.
Yeah, it was Big Fucker. Yeah. So I'm in season 2, episode 3.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Every episode's different.
I know.
It's like a sci-fi show.
Did you watch the Guillermo del Toro?
I did.
You did? Cabinet of Curiosities?
Yes, I did. Yeah, every show is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Tales of the Cryptsy kind of,
Yes. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. I think you would like Black Mirror.
Yeah. I watched one and I didn't. I wasn't.
They're all different though. You got to find what you like. Like the
guess.
one I just watched was husband and wife. They have a chip behind their ear that records all the time.
Yeah.
And you can go back and watch your day. The guy was getting on a plane and security was like, instead of checking security, he's like, I need to watch your 24 hours. And they watch what they did for 24 hours. Guy suspected his wife was cheating on him. He went back to when he walked in with the girl talking to the guy, and he was like trying to watch what they were saying, looking at her, face her. And then he figured out that they were having an affair, and she's like, he goes, play it back, I want to see. And she's like, no. He's like, play it back, I want to see. And then he watched it, and it's just like, it's insane, dude. It's a crazy, crazy show.
Yeah.
And I like that it's different all the time. You don't got to keep up. And
I guess you can watch any episode randomly, kind of.
The only thing is it's British, so you got to deal with the Brit accent.
Oh, well, that I don't mind.
You got to deal with people speaking English.
I'm a Harry Potter fan. That's all good, man.
I love Harry Potter.
Yeah. No,
Harry Potter. Harry Potter?
Yeah, you never watched Harry Potter.
No, not Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Oh.
Harry Pothead.
Oh, Harry Potter.
But anyway,
Yeah,
good show on Netflix.
maybe I'll check it out. We'll
Check it
see.
out.
We'll see. I'm watching. We just finished The Bear.
I didn't start that yet. That's next on my. That's second on my list.
Okay, as someone who's been in restaurants for a long time, you definitely will like it
Okay.
a lot. You can appreciate it. You'll like it. It's extremely chaotic. You watch these people's lives and how chaotic they are. Yeah, it's a fun watch, and
Right.
we finished season 3. Fantastic show,
All right.
and I love the whole cast. I like everyone in that show. They're doing great with it.
So maybe I'll move it from my second on the list to the next on the
Oh
list.
yeah, absolutely.
Because
Right.
the
'Cause then maybe we
Stallone,
could-
the Stallone show is the next on my list.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Was
Yeah.
that good too?
Oh yeah. And what was that? Tulsa King, right?
Tulsa King.
Yeah.
My wife just finished. She said it was
And
phenomenal.
that movie too that was on there as well. Where's like a superhero?
The
kinda-
Sixth Sense.
No. Gosh, now I got a brain fart.
Nah, that's all right.
It's another one on the same.
Rocky.
Not Rocky.
Rambo.
No. But it's a good movie.
Tango and Cash.
But and people were like, if it's a good movie, I don't remember the name. I'm just having a brain fart right now.
Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
Remember Tango and Cash?
No. Yes.
That was a great movie, man.
That's
Stallone
with,
and Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a phenomenal movie.
Tango and Cash, and there was the other one, Cliffhanger,
Cliffhanger was great.
and
He's such a bad actor, but his movies are great. Are you gonna look it up?
It's gonna bother me
you?
now. Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue.
He's a superhero.
Y-
Stallone is a superhero.
it's kind of like a fallen hero. Like, yeah. But I like. So yeah, we know Tulsa King. Oh, but no, it's a movie. I'm sorry. Because yeah, Tulsa King was the Samaritan. Yes,
You got
I
it.
got it. I got it before Samaritan.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, very good.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, and it's basically like it's these good and evil. They were brothers, superheroes, and the one brother had died, and they always wondered what happened to the other one. That was kind of the evil one. They didn't. There's a little bit of a mix up of who actually died, and this little kid's like kind of like been looking for the superhero.
Yeah.
And the kid was getting like picked on, and Sylvester Stallone like lived in this building.
And he said, "Hey yo."
He came out of nowhere and took one of the bullies and like threw him into like a dumpster or something, and like he went flying in the air. So the kid's like, "You're him," and he's like, "No, I'm not. Just give me something to drink."
Hey yo, no, I'm not him.
But Rocky, I just need something to drink.
Hey yo.
That's the old was it Sunny D or something commercial?
Yeah.
I just need something to drink.
I just need something to drink. Oh. Very good.
Purple stuff.
Got to watch Samaritan, Tulsa King,
Yeah.
and the Bear. Bear?
The
or
Bear.
The Bear?
The Bear. And then I'm watching the other one with the plane that disappears.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Why is my mind? I don't even want to talk about it because my
Yeah,
mind
I
is
know.
just so shot right now.
Yeah. What's going on with you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Were you in the West Wing of the White House?
Yes, I was doing the cocaine.
I love
I love the cocaine. I love the cocaine.
Anyway,
Anyways, in other topics,
so the creators of South Park opened up a new restaurant, and I want to know what your take is on this.
well, technically, okay. So just to clarify, they did not open.
Okay.
It was a restaurant that was established.
Right. They changed.
Casa Bonita or something like that.
Yeah.
It was already established. The whole COVID thing, it kind of went under, and
They resurrected it.
they resurrected. That's a great one. Yes.
But they decided that there's no tipping.
Yes.
We're just going to raise the wages of the people that work for us.
$30 an hour.
Is it $30 an hour?
Yeah. In Colorado.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to Colorado.
I know. You get high,
Doctor money in New Jersey.
yeah, you can get high and work in a restaurant and get
Yeah,
$30 an
it's
hour.
great.
So it's pretty cool that they're doing this. If you guys don't, the guys who created South Park, that's which is a Stone.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Trey Parker, that's it. Yeah, I was getting the names confused. And so, I mean, how do you feel about that as far as wages and increasing the wages and eliminating the tipping?
I like that because you're going to have people. So I tip pretty well. I tip between 20 and 25%.
Yeah, that's what I usually
But
do.
then you got people that tip like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
you eliminate tipping, you just raise the wages. Now everybody's just on a level playing field. You don't have to worry about, say, a party of 6 leaving you a shit tip.
Yeah.
You know, it's yeah, you're going to miss out on some big ones.
Yeah.
Even if they
Yeah, but they can always give extra, John. No one's going to say.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Even if I went to a restaurant and it says don't tip the blah, 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 I'd probably still leave a little bit anyway. Maybe not as much as I would have to begin with, but maybe I'll throw. Even when I go on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
You know, I prepay my gratuities.
Yeah.
At the end of the cruise, though, I still pay my waiter, my
Yeah.
wait staff. I throw, X amount of money. My room steward, X amount of money. Here's extra for you because you went above and beyond for me.
Yes. Well, when your housekeeper went above and beyond for you, like what exactly did she or he do?
Happy ending?
Happy
Yes,
ending?
please.
Yes.
Please.
They fold your towels into the animals.
Yes, they do. But if I go to a restaurant and I got shit service,
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about not tipping. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
like the idea.
And
I
just to
like it.
clarify also as well, people, when they do this and they increase the wages and they eliminate the tips, the money always has to come from somewhere. It's not just going to. So basically the way that works is when they increase the wages and they don't have to pay the tip, they're ultimately what they're doing is they're raising the prices on every item that's on that menu.
That they are.
So if you were spending $13 for a cheeseburger, it might be $20 now.
Right.
Because it has to be, they have to
make up for that money.
Exactly. Yeah. So no tipping and all that fun stuff is a little bit more popular in like Europe. So a waiter can be a professional. It's an actual profession. Like around here, you're like, people wait when they just are in between jobs or they, looking for a little extra cash or they're working on Broadway or whatever. Right. This is what they do. And it's just, like I said, it's just extra
I know
cash.
a few professional waiters that make their living off of it.
It happens, yes. Certain places, I know, if you remember, it's now closed, but it was iconic, was the 21 Club in New York City.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Those guys were there for, every one of those waiters there, they're all old guys. And they were there for 50 years. It was like...
That was their living. That was their career.
And working at the 21 Club, yes, exactly.
There are career waiters.
Yes. Yes, not to knock on, I'm more talking about like your Applebee's waiters, a lot of them, and things like that, and your TJ Fridays and all that.
It's usually like a college kid.
Yes,
right.
There's nothing bad about it. It's a great way to interact with people.
100%.
And
I couldn't do it. I think I'd drop everything.
Yeah, I have done it to a degree. I used to bartend and wait on the tables on the certain sections.
My brother was a waiter.
Yeah.
At Roma restaurant for a very long time.
And our buddy Ruben, who's been on the show.
Ruben,
he did it for quite some time, but he's a great, amazing people person. So
See, I'm not that much of a people person. I'd be like,
what do you want?
What the fuck you want?
What do you want? Wait,
your steak is burnt?
Yeah. You're saying you want this instead of this?
Yeah.
Well, you want to substitute one? Get out of here, man.
I'd be like, remember, what's the movie?
Waiting?
No, Road Trip. My, you remember when the kid didn't like and then
I didn't want powdered sugar on my French toast.
No problem. I'll take care of it.
Absolutely, Horatio Sands. No,
was that Horatio Sands?
Yeah,
that was Horatio Sands.
He's like, oh, sure, no problem. I'll take care.
He puts it in his ass.
Yeah, he's like shaking it around.
That's good. That'd be me.
Or Waiting. If you watched Waiting,
I have watched Waiting. That's a great movie too.
Dane
Dane Cook.
They put the pubes on the woman's steak.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to wait tables.
And the dandruff and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Disgusting. But yes.
We didn't do that.
But
we owned restaurants.
I mean, I think in a way it's kind of genius what they're doing, though, these South Park guys, because they're making it like they really do treat and love their workers. But like I said, now people aren't going to Casa Bonita. They're going to the guys who own South Park's Casa.
Yeah.
Or created South Park's Casa Bonitas.
I think that's why they're going to make so much money.
Yeah. And another interesting concept, years ago I worked at Panera as a manager, and they opened up a couple cafes that were basically pay what you want cafes.
What's that mean?
It basically, it was more for like people who are going through tough times, and
I never heard of that.
So you would go to the cafe, and they basically said, if someone said, I want an Italian combo sandwich or this or that or a Fontega chicken and they would say, okay, how much do you want to pay for it? And then you just pay that amount.
Interesting.
So the way it was,
never heard of that.
it was actually pretty successful in that you got people who were struggling, got meals, and for a good price. But they had found that there were people that were coming in that were well off because they knew it was for a good cause.
That'd be me.
Exactly. They knew it was for a good cause, and they would pay double. And they would pay, they were like, because they knew what I'm paying extra is going to help someone else down the road.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Well, there are some good people left.
Yeah. So it was a cool
that was
concept.
Me. I'd be like, how much you want to pay? I got a quarter.
Yeah, here's a quarter for that sandwich.
Here's a quarter.
Thanks. But no one, surprisingly enough, from my understanding, no one really truly took advantage of it, though.
Yeah.
Which
Because
is
I've
pretty
never
cool.
heard of it.
Yeah.
I just downloaded an app. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's
Okay.
called, just give me 1 second. Too Good to Go. Have you heard of Too Good to Go?
Mm-mm.
So this is an app where you look for a restaurant. At the end of the day, when restaurants are just dumping their crap, like say a bagel store,
Yeah.
you pay however much they say, and they just give you a big bag of whatever they
Oh,
have
that's
left over.
great.
So the bagel store in my town, you pay $5. You go between 3 and 4 o'clock when they're cleaning up and they're closed,
Yeah.
and you prepay. You put it in your order, and you just get a giant bag of whatever's
Just
left over.
Yeah.
Leftover, so they don't throw it away.
Yeah.
And they're making, instead of throwing it away, they're gonna make $5, even though they're gonna give you a dozen bagels.
Rando. Yeah.
Rando dozen bagels, whatever they got left over. You're paying $5. Pizza places that have, say, slices that they don't want to reheat the next day.
Yeah.
They'll put them all together. They may charge, say, $5.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get a pizza box with maybe 8 rando slices in there of pizza that they had throughout the day. And I think it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. It reminds me a little bit of those Facebook groups that it's like those free Facebook, like free this, free that, where people will give away a half a pie of pizza, and they're like, we don't want to eat this because we're going to throw it out. So just
I belong to a couple groups where people be like, I brought tomato soup and I bought 10 of them, and I don't need 5 of them.
Yeah.
Would anybody want them?
Yeah. Have you actually done it or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But my wife has.
But I know
she's
people
bought
too.
like baskets, and she's bought like non-perishable
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. My wife has too. And I know other
like
people.
a filing cabinet. I'm getting rid of a filing cabinet. Anybody want it? I've done it. Oh, I have sold stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like a hose, a wrap. I had a thing that wraps your hose, and I was like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Anybody want this? 5 minutes. Somebody was like, I can use it.
Yeah.
Come and get it.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And
But I thought this app was pretty cool, man. Like diners, there's a lot of things. Chinese,
Well,
there's a lot of things on it.
a lot of times too, it's like, say you have a kid's party and you buy 8 pies, and there's 3 left over, and you're like, what am I going to do with 3 pies?
Yeah,
And no one wants to take them home. You just go right on the thing. Hey, I got 3 pies.
Right.
Pizza pies, because not everyone calls them pies throughout the country.
That's another story.
yeah.
I got a story about that.
Yeah. I have one too, but yeah. And so you can get 3 pizzas, and for sometimes whatever, for nothing, or say they sell it for $2 here, so, whatever.
This app is pretty cool.
That
When the
does sound
restaurants
cool.
close at like 8, 9 o'clock, and they get leftover stuff they're just going to throw out, they put it on there, and they're trying to make like
What
$5
is the
off
name of it, John? I'm gonna write it down.
That is Too Good to Go.
Too good.
TOOGOODTOGO.
I want to look this up now because I'm curious. I want to see if I have it in my area as well.
When I downloaded it only a few days ago, and I typed in my address, and I put in 5 miles from my address, there were some places on there that I frequent that I'm like, oh my God, that's freaking pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to check that out.
Like I said,
now.
the local bagel store
I
that I go
almost-
to all the time.
I hope that I'd be the only one to know about it because I want to be that guy that goes in there and says, I want everything now. It's gonna be extra.
I'm afraid I'm going to walk into that bagel store and be like, John, really? You want my shit? Here you go.
Please, please. You're like
No.
beggars.
No,
But-
I'm okay with it.
And speaking of which, back to Panera real quick. What Panera used to do is they donated everything at the end of the night. So there were people would come from like churches and things like that they do these drives, and we had it's not very fancy the way we did it back I don't know if they do it differently now. It was like a garbage bag filled with a bunch of like pastries and things like that. You know,
whatever, man.
Yeah, it was just that's all.
You don't got to make it fancy.
Yeah, but a lot of the things were still in boxes
Listen,
and displays.
if
and
you
stuff.
need it, or you're starving, or you don't give a shit if it's
it's not like there's
you don't care if it's in a boot, a sock, a bag.
Yeah, you're kind of like as long as there's no bugs crawling on it, I'll be
At
happy.
that point, you probably don't care either. It depends on where it's going.
But back to the South Park guys. You know, it's an interesting concept with the whole tipping thing. Are you a South Park fan?
I was when it came out.
When it first came out,
And
back
I actually remember when it came out.
like 98 maybe.
Your brother was huge, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, man," he would call me at like midnight. I just watched this freaking weird cartoon right now. They're floating. They're not even walking, and it's hysterical. And
Well,
I'd be like,
originally-
"Bro, like we don't watch cartoons. We're like 19 years old. What are we watching cartoons?" for?
People don't realize originally South Park was construction paper. When they actually made those characters, it was. But
don't know,
they
yeah.
found it to be too much work. Like they're like, we can just digitize this shit from like much easier. You know.
You want to say genius? These two guys, geniuses. The shit they talk about, the shit they say.
Yeah.
They get away with so much. The
They
South
do.
Park movie, just blame Canada.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's unreal. It's just unreal.
But you have to understand, it's all jokes. You know. And
Well, that's the problem. You know, like
they laugh at serious things sometimes.
that's what you have to do. That's what's funny about it.
You gotta laugh
know?
at life.
Jennifer Lopez, taco, taco, taco.
But
You know,
chocolate flavor kisses.
Yeah, like
taco flavor kisses. That was it. Yeah,
we're not making fun of Jennifer. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, we laugh at it.
But they've been around so long, they're not censored.
So
They're doing something right.
I know they are doing something. Well, it's Comedy Central too. They might be able to get away with a little bit more with that. But believe it or not, there was a lot of actors that wanted to be. It's not like the Simpsons.
Oh, I bet.
Where they had guest stars. So apparently George Clooney used to be really close with the guys,
Okay.
and he wanted. He's like, I want to be on the show. I want to do something. You know, you guys are hilarious or whatever. And they were like, we don't have celebrities on the show.
They do all the voices.
Yeah, we
just
don't.
between the two of them.
So they go to George Clooney. They said, you know what? You could be a gay dog. Do you remember the gay dog?
No, I don't.
It just went. Woof. So that's all he did
And
was.
that's George Clooney.
Yeah. Woof.
That's great.
But apparently, I think they had a falling out with the whole Team America thing.
Okay.
Because George Clooney didn't like the whole insulting of you know George Clooney. So I think those guys are kind of more right wing. I think
Okay.
The South Park guys, and then George Clooney's more left. And
yeah.
there was something that maybe there was. They had a little even with Chef. Remember with Chef? Kind
Oh
of,
yeah, absolutely.
The whole
That was who was
Scientology.
Chef? But who was Chef? That was
Was it Marvin Gaye? No,
no,
it was.
I can't remember his name. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
South Park was just the Big Gay Al. You got Clarence and Thomas, right?
The gerbil up. What's his name's
Oh,
ass?
my
Richard
God.
Gere's ass.
Michael Jackson, like all the stuff. Like
Yeah.
when COVID came out, they did the COVID special.
Yeah.
Like genius. South Park is genius. I'm not a cartoon guy. South Park is genius. Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
South Park is genius. It's pure genius. And you can get away with, Kyle's mom's a big fat fat, a big fat, big fat bitch.
Hilarious.
And those guys came out with the Broadway show Book of Mormons.
Yes, which is apparently extremely
Hugely
successful.
popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they have what's their latest thing?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. As you said, John, you watched it more earlier on.
Yeah, not too much anymore.
So when we say earlier on, we were in high school, or I was in high school.
Yeah, I was graduated.
I was in, because it was probably 98, I think, when it first, maybe around that time when it first came out.
Remember basketball?
Yes, basketball. Yeah,
Yeah, that was great.
yeah.
That was stupid, but
It was stupid, but those guys they're a couple clowns, And I don't know. I find it entertaining.
yeah, I mean, as an adult, I don't watch too much cartoons anymore. You got your old school South Park, and you got your old school, the longest reigning show of all time, I believe, is The Simpsons.
Yes. Let's talk about that after this next beer, I think.
All right, what do we got?
This is Treehouse. I think Jay, our buddy Jay, who's been on the show.
Jay, we miss you, Jay.
Jay, I have to apologize because I think this one was sitting in the back of my fridge, and
God.
I was like, ooh, Treehouse.
We miss Jay.
Gotta drink it. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get Jay back on here.
Yes, sir. It smells good. When you open it up, it smells like IPA.
Yeah. It's a triple, though, right?
Oh, God.
Yeah. John's like, oh, yeah.
So this is called the biggest one. Who's got the biggest one? Should we put it on the table for?
It's not us.
Oh,
All right.
It is a triple, 9.4%.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Treehouse in Massachusetts.
So that's where I always got it confused. I always thought if it's a triple, it has to be more than 10%.
More than 10, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I always thought that too.
Yeah, maybe it's close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, just call it triple.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
It smells good though. I smell it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, let me get the nose. Ooh, fruity. Pineapple.
Woo!
Straight up pineapple in your face.
Treehouse probably in the top 5 breweries of the country. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. And and even though it sat a
don't
little
taste like
longer
a
than I
triple.
probably would have liked, it still tastes pretty
Tastes
dang.
good. And you know what? There's nothing floating in it. Like,
No.
It's
No, there's no
filtered.
There's no floaters.
No floaters.
Yeah.
No egg drop soup.
No drop soup. Yeah, looks that's a good comparison. Yeah, to
Love it.
the beers that are like that.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Treehouse.
Yeah.
Who's got the biggest one?
I still got to go there, man. I still got to go there.
What are we waiting for?
I know. Well, we got
We
bigger
got
things
Kentucky
coming.
coming
Yeah,
up,
bigger
yeah.
things.
I
which
can't go to Kentucky and Massachusetts with you.
Yeah, I know. You're
Which
welcome.
we received no comments, by the way, on any suggestions or anything. Nobody gives a shit.
No one gets a sticker. Damn it.
Nobody gives a shit. I got a sticker. Nobody wants the sticker.
Yeah.
I got the sticker. The Speakeasy podcast
Do you
sticker.
randomly keep those in your pocket just to give?
Hell yeah.
You have to give it to someone and be like, "Oh, here, you know."
Yes, and when I go to the bathroom, I stick it in the stalls.
That's
Absolutely.
great. That's great. I actually had full intentions.
We don't
of
have
sticking
15
one.
viewers for nothing.
I have full intention of sticking one in Aruba somewhere, but I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I should have stuck it on that damn traffic sign.
Should have stuck on that iguana.
The iguana, free advertising.
But-
Come on, iguana.
Back to the Simpsons.
Yeah,
What's up with that? How do these people are like? It's like a time machine.
I know what you're gonna say. Yep.
The
Yeah.
Simpson predictions thing.
I
is
know.
insane.
I know. It's the stuff that they've predicted that, you know, if you watch an episode now, you would think, oh, they must have watched this and this is a new episode.
Yeah, no,
it's like
no.
30 years ago.
They
No.
predicted Donald Trump being the president one day.
Just to give you guys a quick background on The Simpsons too, I was actually a Simpsons fan. I was such a. If you look at my pictures when I was a little kid, I had all I wore was Bart Simpson shirts.
Bart Simpson.
And they got their start on the trivia question. Do you know which show?
Oh,
It was just a little clip in the show.
wasn't SNL, wasn't Mad TV, it was another.
I'll give you a hint.
I do know.
It's a woman.
Uma Thurman show.
No.
You know who I'm talking about though.
No, I don't because you didn't
Yes,
say it.
she was on HBO.
I know who she
I
is.
said Uma Thurman.
She's English.
Yes, she had short hair.
Well, did she?
Yeah, lesbian.
I don't know. She was on Men in Tights, the Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes. I can't remember her name.
Tracy Ullman.
Yes, yes.
So she was on the Tracy Ullman show in the
HBO,
early 80s.
Tracy Ullman show.
Yes. That's when I first saw The Simpsons. In fact, I was a little kid watching the Tracy Ullman show so I can watch a little clip of The Simpsons.
That's weird.
I know, but I loved the cartoon when I was at that age. That's how I first started watching
And who's
The
that?
Simpsons.
Is Matt? What's the guy's name? The creator?
That's
Matt something. Right?
Groner.
Matt Grodner. Grodner. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah, no. Simpsons. I mean, Bart Simpson, man. Like, I used to have T-shirts with Bart Simpson. You know.
Yes, I wonder if my mom still has them at the house because
What was his line? His
Matt
famous
Groening.
line? Matt Groening.
Yeah, I was a secret. Don't have a cow, man.
Don't have a cow, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something about shorts, right?
Yeah, eat my shorts.
Yeah, my shorts.
Yeah, I love how he never aged, but it was actually voiced by a female.
Yeah.
And Lisa Simpson was voiced by the woman who was on Herman's Head.
Yes, Herman's Head and what's that movie with the trucks? Emilio Estevez. One of the great
Men at
80s
Work.
movies. No, great 80s movies.
Well, Men at Work was a great 80s movie.
No. Maximum Overdrive. Did you ever see Maximum Overdrive?
No, I never watched it.
Where the trucks like came to life and they took over and they.
Oh no, I never.
Yep, she's in
When you
there.
said the truck, I thought you were talking about garbage truck, like Men at Work.
No.
And
Maximum
then
Overdrive.
and you know what has a huge part in that show doing voices and everything? Hank Azaria.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
He was from. He's in a lot of shows. To be honest with you.
Scuba Lubin in
Yeah.
Polly, Long Came Polly.
Yes.
And Scuba Lubin. But he does a lot of
But
voices.
he's in a lot of shows.
Ton of voices. I really like Hank Azaria. That's one guy that I would love to meet someday. You know.
Why don't you marry him then?
Yes, I know Pee Wee. But yeah, Simpsons. So do you? I mean, what are some of these things though, John? As far as predictions go and all that stuff.
So they predicted a black president right before Obama became.
Okay.
Right. Donald Trump becoming president.
Donald Trump. That was in an episode.
They predicted the tiger, the Las Vegas guys.
Tiger, attacking Siegfried and Roy. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I saw something too. What else did they predicted? The insurrection, that guy with the horns and everything coming through the White House.
Yes,
yeah,
that's insane, right?
Because this was stuff that didn't happen yet. People, what's his name?
The smartwatch, the Apple smartwatch. It was almost like, remember Back to the Future? We talked about it, right?
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Insane.
The guy what's the guy who owns Virgin?
Oh, that crazy guy. Yeah.
The guy who owns the islands, Richard Branson, or something like that.
Yeah.
They predicted him going to space.
Yes. Yep.
That was another one.
They had cell phones that had video back and forth, like FaceTime.
Yeah.
Man, there was so much.
What was it? The one with the Fox too? Wasn't there something with 20th Century Fox? I saw something about this. Like they.
Oh, that Disney bought it.
Yes, that's what it was.
Disney
yes, I remember seeing
Fox.
something about that too as well. And
dude, it's just insane. Pot legalized in Canada. There's so much stuff that the Simpsons keep predicting.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, you hear it ticking?
I hear tick 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 tick.
It's always scary.
They predicted.
Now you're gonna tick just to make up for it. I'm gonna go like this with the mic.
But the Simpsons is not. Oh, the Queen's death.
Oh. Well, we all knew she was gonna die someday. That's not really
so,
predicting the future.
True that.
You know.
She's 95.
And there was like a Mexico versus Portugal game or something like that.
There was so much stuff, man.
It's
So I was a big Simpsons fan. I haven't watched it recently. Is it still new?
Yeah, well, apparently they have enough. Like, if Matt Groening was to die, they would have episodes, I think, for the next, like, 20 years or something. Wow. It's something, like, crazy like that. He's written so much. But the thing is, though, they will go off some... although they've predicted the future on a lot of things, they will go off recent news and what's going on as well, too. Yeah. So it's not just, like, you know...
But do you see The Simpsons and South Park as like cartoons, or are they like a primetime
they're adult
show?
To me, they're adult comedies in a way,
right? Like Family Guy, right?
Family Guy.
Would you let your kids watch Family Guy?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Simpsons are a little bit lighter, but then there's like the Ren and Stimpy in there, where they're like cutting heads off.
Wow, you remember Ren and Stimpy back in the day? They're back.
Are they?
I believe they're coming back. Yeah.
And then
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. And then there was Beavis and Butthead. Remember Beavis and Butthead?
Of course, they're back too.
And they have those other shows. Those
what the girl? Remember the girl that was like
Daria,
was like depressed and suicidal? Yeah, Daria.
Or diarrhea.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that is more recent that's on TV now. And then there was a couple of them.
The street. There's like Bob's Burgers. And
yes.
The American Dad.
Yes, that one.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
The guy in the wheelchair or whatever.
He's in the wheelchair,
he's like the diesel, the guy in the wheelchair. And then there was.
But I mean, look at Family Guy, where it's like.
And they have the spin-offs too. The one with the black guy.
The black guy. Cleveland.
That's it.
Cleveland.
Yeah. So they did spin-offs because they're so successful. We were like, you know what? We're not going to make money just on this.
Is Cleveland? Is that the SNL guy? Tim Meadows? Is that Tim Meadows?
Is it? I wouldn't be surprised because I think he does.
He sounds like him, right?
Yeah.
It might be Tim Meadows.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but like Family Guy, like I can't watch that with my kids.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Stewie and the dog, like, oh man, Peter. That's the best show ever. Quagmire's jerking off next door.
Yeah, he's like a pedophile, Quagmire, and like
it's great.
Guy has his like young daughter. Hey, you're like, oh God, how do they get away with this stuff?
So it's funny when people are like, do you watch this? Do you watch that? I'm like, I don't watch cartoons. But Family Guy to me that's not a cartoon.
No, it's
Simpsons.
not.
I'll have to be honest. I haven't watched that in a long time.
It's been a while, but you know what though? If it was on now, I think like if it was just randomly on TV, I think I would watch it. I think I would watch an episode. I used to like their Halloween specials.
Yes. Oh yeah. Treehouse of Horrors.
Yes.
Every year.
Those were great.
Absolutely.
That was great. But I saw Seth MacFarlane actually, who created Family Guy, had done some other things. He's done some movies and everything. That space show or whatever. Yeah. He's done some crazy things. And
funny thing about Seth MacFarlane, I think I mentioned it once on this show. He was supposed to be on one of the planes that during the World Trade Center that hit one of the Twin Towers, and either he was late or something and missed the flight. Yeah, he was supposed to be on that flight.
God bless his tardiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, lucky they didn't.
If I oversleep when we're on our going to Kentucky, there, just count your blessings and cancel the trip.
Go on your own.
Cancel the trip.
Yeah, that's I didn't know that actually. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I know that there was someone from like the Cheers or one of the producers or something that had created the show Cheers or something that had passed on that too. Had actually passed on that. Yeah. And and millions or thousands and thousands of other people, which because in the area we live, we've all kind of got a connection somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm okay with the adult cartoons. You know, I won't watch what the kids are watching. I don't know.
I think the whole thing, John, though, it has to be on a channel that the kids won't normally watch. It can't be on Nickelodeon. It can't be on the Disney Channel. It can't be.
My daughter loves SpongeBob. Now, if you actually sit and watch SpongeBob, does your son watch SpongeBob?
I don't know if I've ever told you this. My son hates like he when he was younger he used to cry when SpongeBob was on.
Really?
He wanted nothing to do with SpongeBob. Even now, if it's on. He's like, I don't want to watch that. Yeah, something freaks him out about it. Yeah.
My daughter's obsessed with SpongeBob. If you actually sit down and watch SpongeBob, there's some like adult humor in there that like I don't know if the kids are catching.
And that's
but
why we were never opposed to him not watching it because me and my wife used to say there's absolutely no educational value to SpongeBob at all.
No, 100% agreed.
You can watch some shows or cartoons where, you know. I just started watching. It's not a cartoon. I watched with my son. I thought it was pretty cool, actually. Yeah, just coming from the industry we've come from, a Tiny Chef. It's like this, it's not cartoon. It's kind of like, it's like a fuzzy-looking animation.
Okay.
You know, kind of like if you've watched. You probably wouldn't know it, like the Box Trolls or any.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the Box Trolls.
Oh, okay. So it's like kind of animation. I actually think
like it's realistic animation.
I think it's Coraline. I think it's actually the same.
Yeah.
The same animator who did that. I think they're doing Tiny Chef now.
Does your son watch Miss Rachel?
No.
I don't know who that is, but apparently she's popular with the kids. She's got a show.
Talking about Jay's wife, Rachel.
No.
Oh, no. They don't call
Miss
her Miss Rachel.
But it's funny on TikTok they show a clip of her and she's in like a park with the kids and they're doing kiddie stuff, and you can see through her shirt. She's got like nipple piercings.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like this is why all the dads are watching Miss Rachel with.
What
the
are you
kids.
watching, son? Yeah. Miss Rachel. All right, I'll watch it with you.
DVR.
Right, yeah.
DVR. Why are you pausing it, Dad?
Yeah.
Why do you keep pausing?
Why are you zooming in, Daddy?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like that Blippy guy, man. I refuse to watch him, man.
That I don't know. I've heard the name, but I don't know. Is that like a clown?
He's like the modern day Pee Wee Herman, you know. But
there's only one Pee Wee Herman.
I know. I loved Pee Wee.
I loved Pee Wee.
So strangely enough, I was such a Pee Wee fan of Pee Wee's Playhouse, Big Adventure, Big Top Pee Wee. No, I have the collections of the DVDs and everything like that.
Right.
So I had put them on.
What's your favorite one?
I like the older ones.
Big Top Pee Wee?
Oh, as far as the movies go.
Yeah.
Big Top Pee Wee is good. Great Adventure is always going to be the best, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, Great Adventure.
Big Adventure.
Big Adventure. I'm sorry. I'm thinking theme parks here. Big Adventure, yeah.
Big Adventure.
Big Adventure.
I almost like Big Top Pee Wee almost a little bit more.
Yeah. Egg salad, my favorite.
Egg salad-y. Vince the Pig? Was it Vince?
Yeah, Vince. That's quite an invention, Pee Wee.
He was growing weed in a friggin' greenhouse.
The first 20 minutes of the movie, he's walking around with this pig, and then all of a sudden he's in the greenhouse, and the pig goes. He starts talking. You're like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, Pee Wee was high.
I'm sure there's plenty of stoners that were like,
Oh, and the girl from that movie was, oh man,
the Italian girl.
Yeah.
So she was in something recently. She was in it's on Apple TV, the one with.
I don't have Apple TV yet.
Okay.
But she was
The Morning Show. The Morning
Oh,
Show.
with Jennifer Aniston. Right?
Jennifer Aniston and Steve Carell. And so he moved to Italy for some time, and she was
Tom Cruise's girlfriend in with Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, was she?
Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Yeah, she was the girlfriend in Rain Man.
Yeah.
And there's actually like a bathtub scene where she's
Yeah. Hello.
topless.
There you go. Yeah. I like Big Top Pee Wee. It was good,
Big
but
Top Pee Wee.
but that was the thing with Pee Wee though. It was actually very adult.
Yes, it was. Even the show. Did you watch the original show, the Pee Wee Herman show?
Yeah.
Before it became a TV show.
That was the whole thing.
It was all sexual.
That's what it was. That was his thing. So, but I think it's because he seemed like such a lovable, likable guy. They created the Pee Wee's Playhouse.
And then he whacked off in the theater.
So the funny thing, yes.
Cherry,
so the funny thing is, all right. The guy he was jacking off in a theater where that's what people did.
That's what people do. You went to a nudie movie and then you jacked off.
The cops used to want to fulfill their quotas, so they went to the theater and they would just give tickets out or arrest people or whatever they were doing because they're like, all right, we got to hit our quotas for the month, and we just an easy way to get people is
Why would you go to a porn theater and arrest somebody for jacking off in a theater?
Yeah. What kind of man are you? You're gonna arrest someone for doing what he's supposed to be doing. No, I'm joking.
And then the cop went home and jacked
But it wasn't just that. With Pee Wee Herman, it was the whole thing. It was the mug shot. He had the long, scraggly hair. He had the big beard. And we're like, wait, that's the guy who does the show? But maybe that's why he was like that.
But do you remember when he came back? It was like the David Letterman show or something. Like first time he was Pee Wee since then.
Yeah.
He got like a standing ovation. Everybody went nuts.
Well, that was the thing.
Everybody likes Pee Wee.
People nowadays, if an actor got caught jacking off in a theater like that, they're going to be like, okay, what's the big deal? You know what I mean? But back then, and like I said, the whole mugshot thing kind of threw a little bit of a curveball on things because he looked so un-Pee Wee-like. Yeah. And he was part of a children's show. But
he wasn't Pee Wee. I mean, that real guy. He's just a guy. He's just a guy.
And like I said, maybe that's why he didn't want to look like Pee Wee. He's like, I'm gonna grow my hair up because I don't want to be. I gotta be myself once in a while.
I need a break.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my son has watched the show, Pee Wee's Playhouse, and they do fun things. They have the dinosaurs in the hole. They have the foil ball, the rubber band ball, the jazz bands.
The word of the day.
The word of the day with Conky and Cherry.
And who was the bad guy? The kid that used to come down the puppet.
Randy.
Everybody hated Randy.
Randy, and then you had the king of cartoons and Magic Screen.
The cowboy Curtis.
And Penny and Cowboy Curtis, who is Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah.
And
Tito, the Studley soccer player or lifeguard or whatever he was.
The mailman.
And the mailman Rita.
Yeah. How about we haven't mentioned Jambi. Who's passed away.
Mecca High-Ho.
Mecca.
Yes. Great. I loved what it did for my imagination as a child, and I didn't care. My son
wasn't educational at all, though.
I thought it was. They showed you
maybe
some
like
things.
The penny stuff. He did the one where you're washing hands.
Okay.
Mr. Bungle. Remember Mr. Bungle?
I don't remember Mr. Bungle.
You don't remember Mr. Bungle?
Bungle.
I think that might have been the original Pee Wee Herman show.
And Phil Hartman was on that show.
The guy who doesn't eat peas and he doesn't wash his hands after Mr. Bungle.
Right.
Don't be a Mr. Bungle.
Oh no, that must have been yeah. And then Phil Hartman was on the show.
Phil Hartman was on?
He was the sailor guy. He would talk on the phone, and he had the can on the phone. I'm at the Sandwich Islands or whatever.
What was his name?
Phil Hartman.
No, I know his until he
offed
himself.
Captain Carl.
Yeah,
Captain Carl. No, he didn't off himself. Phil Hartman got murdered by his wife, man.
And then she offed herself.
Yeah. Sad story.
Yeah.
I think one of his last movies was that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jingle All the Way or something.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, I think that was one of his last movies.
But yeah, Pee Wee Herman show was great.
And what I was gonna say was that's a show like I sometimes because my son will be in school And like the teacher might go, "What did you watch?" She's like, Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
He has such a bad whatever. But I'm like, it's a good show. I don't care. I have the DVDs. You want to watch
kid's a
them?
bad rat.
Yeah, you can watch it. It is what.
Were you into
is.
Ernest back in the day?
Ernest, hey, Vern.
Ernest P. Worrell? Know what I mean, Vern?
What do you mean, Vern? I say it all the time to my wife and my son. What do you need, Vern? You know?
I say it all the time,
They have
too.
no freaking clue what
Every
I'm talking
time I say
about.
something, I go, you know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah,
And they look at me like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Ernest Saves Christmas? Come on, man.
He
Ernest
died-
Goes to Camp? Come on.
He died too, so he actually
Young. He looked older in those movies,
Yeah.
and he was like younger than we are now.
Well, it was a show,
Or he was
right?
about our age.
Was it a show or a movie? Well, Ernest Goes to whatever.
He
Ernest
started
does.
on almost like Pee Wee on the
Yeah.
what's her name show. Ernest was like the same thing.
Okay, so he actually was a voice on Toy Story. So he was that Slinky Dog.
Was he Slinky Dog?
Yes, he was for the first one or two
Well, he was
Toy
'cause
Stories,
he died.
and then he died, and then
That was what was his name?
and then the actor who was in like that Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore, I think he became the voice, the one I think. But I forgot it was a slink something dog or whatever. But yes, the voice changed, and they picked someone that had a known guy. Like I said, I think it was the guy that was in the Adam Sandler movies or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was him that took over that
Jim
voice role.
Varney.
Jim Varney. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Something else. If you don't know who he is, I'm sorry, we're old.
I almost got sad now. I'm like looking at it. I almost got sad.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
What did he die from? I wonder.
Ernest Goes to Camp.
Yeah.
Ernest Saves Christmas. Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest Scared Stupid. There were so many.
Yeah.
Ernest Goes to School. Ernest Slam Dunk with
Ernest-
the basketball movie.
I don't remember that one. Man.
Ernest Goes to the Army. Man.
Yeah.
And then Vern. There was not really.
It reminds me a little bit like Pauly Shore. Remember him, man? Where's that guy now?
Oh, he looks awful.
Yeah. It's sad when you see people kind of let go of themselves a
Yeah.
bit too much.
I know.
Fresh Crack, 2 weeks in a row. Fresh Crack,
Do it.
Fresh Crack,
I gotta pee.
and
We gotta wrap this up.
another rye, for that matter. We're going rye. So this one, basically,
It's JD.
this is Jack Daniel's rye, and they weren't doing these barrel strength ryes unless it was like kind of like a special release. John, if you turn around, far right, Jack Daniel's there. That is a special release rye. That was like one that they personally selected. That was going to be like a pretty much. It was supposed to be like fantastic, and it is actually very, very good. Secondary on that one now is going for like $400 now. It's insane.
I'm gonna.
We've had it. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Did I say second one? It's the second one from the left. That's what it is.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Didn't we do that a couple few?
Yeah,
weeks
we've done. Well, we did it. We did it in
did
our
it way
early episodes, like 60 episodes ago. But I'm revisiting a different version of it. This is one that is not specially picked, I guess you would say, but they decided to start doing some different variations of barrel-proof ryes. And actually, this is a nice proof on this: 134.2 proof.
You trying to take advantage of me?
I am. 67.1% alcohol. So I picked this one up on a trade or something like that. I got two of them, actually, so at a really good price. So, anything, and I would say $120, $130 range is a decent deal on that if you can't find it in the stores, that is. Let's get the nose.
It's dark though.
What did I tell you last week? I said we're going to do two ryes, right? I said I want to do another
This
rye.
one's a lot darker though. I
Yeah,
feel.
and it's a higher
Right?
proof, than what we did. We did a Penelope last week,
Smells
and now
good.
we're doing this Jack Daniel's rye. Tell me what you think, brother.
Cheers. Well, I haven't done that in a while.
That was funny. Freaking
It's strong.
good, man.
It's strong.
It's strong, but it's a high
strong.
proof.
It burns on the back of my throat.
How does your vagina feel right now, though?
I gotta pee.
No, okay, that doesn't feel that great, huh? Dude, that is freaking fantastic. I didn't think I was going to like it as much because it wasn't one of those special releases. And that's the cool thing now. It's kind of a variation where I've heard this about this one. I've heard it's been hit or miss on this. Some of them aren't, because they're not, like I said, specifically picking these ones. Some of them are amazing. Some of them are, That's got some flavor, man. Flavor time right there. We got Fieri.
It's a little too much for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little too strong for me.
Did you take a
I
swig of
did.
water?
I did water, and I did. Yeah. It's still a little. It's burning a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good though. The flavor's there. It's good. I'm not gonna not drink it. You give it to me, I'm gonna drink it.
Oh, that's good.
But it's strong.
Nice.
This is a bourbon lover's
yeah. Well, rye.
wet dream.
But yeah. A rye lovers.
Rye lovers.
Yes. I like it.
Good job.
I can actually sip on this one.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Awesome job, Jack Daniels. I mean, you guys are, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When you think Jack Daniels, don't just think you're the basic Jack Daniels you buy in the stores that you can get for $30 a bottle, 20-something bucks.
The Tennessee whiskey that you're gonna mix with your Coke.
Yes, your Jackie and Coke Jack Daniels. They do some creative shit. And this is a good example of what they can do.
Yeah.
And this is one of those ones which I've mentioned, straight from those barrels. At the proof they come out, it's innovative. It's kind of like no holds bar, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I like that they're doing these ryes like this. Awesome job, Jack.
Good
Daniels.
job, Jack.
Jack, you don't know Jack.
You don't know Jack.
I think, guys, we're running a little over right now. We're going to give some shout-outs right now.
Shout out Lawson's Finest Liquids.
Lawson.
Shout out to Treehouse.
Treehouse, guys. I mean, and Lawson's for me at least. You guys don't mess up on these things, man. You got some good juice.
Shout out to Jack Daniels.
Yes.
Shout out to the Simpsons, right? And
yeah,
Trey,
you guys are doing something right.
Trey
I think
Parker and Matt Stone,
and South Park is doing something because South Park is. I mean, granted, Simpsons started early '80s. South Park was in the '90s, but they're still going strong.
But I gotta pee, so we gotta go. I'm doing a pee dance.
He's doing a pee dance, guys. He's standing up right now. He's got to pee. Cheers, John.
Cheers, Ken.
And as always, cheers to you guys.
Peace.
Peace.